that's kind of how we grew up. We didn't necessarily know when we were going to get a full meal, but we never went hungry. My name's Janelle, I'm 43, and I grew up in Pie Town, New Mexico. It was their way of life. It wasn't, let's go find a place in the middle of nowhere and not have electricity. I don't think it was like that. It was they didn't have the meanings. They didn't have that, what's the word I'm looking for? We didn't have electricity out that far. We didn't have running water out that far. So it was a choice. My mom did make that choice, and we grew up with that. We hand washed all of our clothes with a washboard and a round tub. My mom had a pickup truck, and it had like a camper shell in the back. And they put these bunk beds in the back so we'd be comfortable traveling that far. And I remember our truck caught on fire up in the mountains, and they had to stop, and we were throwing groceries out left and right to save what we could. And it's sad because at that age, I was probably, 7, you're thinking, oh my gosh, our food is gonna burn out. It wasn't our truck or our belongings, it was food. We had maybe our closest neighbor of 20, 25 miles away. They were hippies. They grew everything as well. Everything was homemade. Everything was cooked over a fire. I never grew up with milk. I grew up with powdered milk because we didn't have the refrigeration for it. I remember my sister Melissa hearing the toilet flush the first time when we had gone into town, and she thought it was going to swallow her up. And we still joke to this day about it. I remember a time there was a rainbow. It had rained, and there was a big rainbow. And we actually collected rainwater in barrels with a filter system, and that's also how we got our water. But anyway, we decided to pack a lunch, and we went and chased this rainbow. And to think back then to now that our mom let us go as far as we did, we had rattlesnakes, we had scorpions, we had badgers, we had wolves, coyotes, bears, mountain lions, we had all that. And yet at that age, we didn't even think that. We went and explored. If we were gone most of the day, we were gone most of the day. My mom never really gave it a second thought. And it's kind of crazy to think about how it is now with kids, but we lived 22 miles in the middle of nowhere. It was all dirt road, no gravel. We had what were called auroras and washouts. So there were times when we'd go to school completely muddy head to toe for pushing the truck out to, get to the first bus stop. And that was absolutely embarrassing. There was a lot of adventures. We had lots of Indian ruins, and you can see the writings on the walls. I remember finding a pottery bowl pretty much finished, and back then how exciting. And then to think now, gosh, why didn't I hold on to all that stuff? Where did that stuff go? I mean, you wish you can go back and remember what you did with that stuff. My sisters and I still own 88 acres up there. And I'm 43, and I haven't been there since I was 14. And so anybody could be building out there or have a cattle ranch out there. We have no idea. But honestly, I have no desire to go back at all. It was a rough life growing up like that. It really was.